Hello again, everyone. Nikki, Batgirl, D'Angelo, and welcome to No Man's Sky. Because it's a woman's world. All right, so we are here on the starting planet that we were on, and we got a frost planet this time. It's pretty awesome. So I want to go over a couple of other keyboard commands. We're going to click the X, and we're going to come down here to the main menu. I use the right mouse button to get down here. So X gets you to this menu, and your scroll wheel will get you through these things. So right now, what I want to do is I want to go into photo mode. I'm going to tap the F key on that, and now I get a drone that I could actually get and move around and see different things with. Okay, so I'm going to set up my drone for a shot, and here comes my shot, F12, and I'm going to set my drone up for a shot from here. Okay, I love this photo mode. It's going to come in handy, huge. It's going to be huge down the road. Okay, so right click gets you back into your body. Now also on there is a menu where you can summon your ship. I'll show you a couple of things on it. You can do some gestures because emotes. You can recharge different things that take a charge, and you could also come into utilities, tap the F key, where you can change your secondary weapon. I don't know what you can change it to. Oh, okay. So you can change your secondary weapon. You could turn on a torch, which of course is a light, a flashlight, and you could also change your mode of view, whichever way you might like it. So if you're liking third-person mode like I do, this is how I play World of Warcraft and other games that I played in the past, then just come over here. And you can also do that for the Starship now, which is pretty awesome. But we have work to do. Our work is not here on this planet. Our work is up there in the sky. I'm just going to take off and point my ship up for just a few moments, because before we leave this planet, before we go anywhere, do we have enough launch fuel? Yeah, we do. Okay, there we have some. Oh, that's off planet. That ancient rune is off planet. So this wants us to go into the stars. So we're going to point up, and I'm going to do some moving of stuff out of my inventory. So there are some things here that I'm going to want to keep on my ship because I don't want to lose them on my body. And that's going to be the frost crystals, salt, because salt actually has value, and that albumin pearl, which is going to give us some money later. All right, so I've got some ferrite dust. I've got some pure ferrite. I'm going to move these things to where I see their use best. The dihydrogen I always leave on the Starship. I don't know what dioxide is used for yet, but I'm going to move down to the ship. I took these two things. I always want to put these in my last two spots over here. And there we go. I'm just arranging my stuff so I know what's here. Okay, good. Let's get into the air and see where we have to go next. All right, that's it. And we are in the Yaipir 13 system, and we're in the Euclid galaxy always. There's multiple galaxies in this game too, so there are trillions of planets. We're just waiting for a message. We now have a message coming through, so we're going to hit the X key, hit the F key on the message, and it says incoming transmission, source 1925B. Please identify yourself. And I identify myself. You are not alone. Follow the blank. The broadcast ends as strangely as it began. The final place of the signal appears to be a set of planetary coordinates. Input the data. 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. Alright, so that is going to be on this planet up here. Wait, where did it go? It's on that planet over there. Is it the same? Nope. Ooh, it's the planet where we have that data too. So we're just going to line our ship over it, and then we're going to hit the pulse engine, hold down the space bar for that to happen, and we're going to fly towards that signal source. In the meantime, I'm going to use the C key to figure out what that planet is. It's a bleak planet, and they have cactus, salt, pyrite, and copper. Copper is going to be important on this planet, I know it is, but if it's a bleak planet, I wonder if that means that we're still going to need thermal protection. I see cactus flesh, which means there's cactuses here. I wonder if this is going to be a hot planet. Yep, there's no water. There's clouds, there's no water. So my guess is it's going to be a very hot planet. I feel the hot wind. Oh, and there's 2 things of copper, what looks like about 1 kilometer in each direction. Yeah, let's go and let's just sit ourselves down right here. Oh, there's copper right there too. Yeah, we have copper all around here, and this is going to be important. So we're getting out of here, and weather is icy nights, minimal sentinels, generous flora and fauna. All right. So, and there's a sentinel right next to us just to start. And I start on every planet the same way, just getting the local flora, fauna, minerals scanned real fast. Is we're going to need a boatload of money when we get to where we're going. But we have other ways of making money, which you will see in just a short while. Oh, wow, look at that. Minus 64 degrees. It is cold on this planet, by the way. It is. This one, 16, 16, 16. Log entry follows. The sparking wires of the machine generate a signal, tapping out its broadcast into the world. Whoever left this message is long gone. Decipher signal. Entry 4925C, no fuel. Failed to reach station. Hazard protection low. No choice to underground. Deployed a base computer. As well as the log entry, the signal contains plans for a base computer and a terrain manipulator. With any luck, the base computer will hold more information about whoever is leaving these messages. We're going to download plans and get a lot done here because we have to move quickly on this planet. And there it is, 2 nanotubes and dihydrogen jelly. Now, if you remember, I was taking every bit of dihydrogen that I could along the way, and as much carbon as I could along the way, because I know what's coming. These things help you map the planet, so every time you see one, please, please, please remember to click on it. It helps to map the planet that you're on. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the dihydrogen jelly. I'm going to make the carbon nanotube. Alright, and what I'm going to do next is go over, click E on one of my empty slots in my multi-tool, and go, I need 2 nanotubes. I need 2 nanotubes. Why did I do that? I hit the wrong button. There we go. And now we should be able to make it. And we can. We're done. We're in like Flynn. Okay, so now we have to get 80 copper. Now, I am going to guess that that's copper right there. Yep, they did nice for us. They put us right next to copper. They also put us next to a lot of cool things that we could scan. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be a lot of different animals to scan too. There may be some cool stuff out there. Alright. Now, 2 things. Fuel for our mining laser. So if we bring up our mining laser, fuel for our mining laser is carbon. And the laser will mine things like carbon and minerals, right? And so it will mine from trees, it will mine from plants, it will mine from rocks. It will mine from stalactites and stalagmites when you go underground and you go spelunking. Bottom line is, carbon becomes a very important element, as does ferrite dust, because ferrite dust, pure ferrite and magnetized ferrite, are fuels for the terrain manipulator. But pure ferrite is also what you make a lot of your base elements out of, so it becomes this vicious circle of continuously having to get as much of this as possible. So whenever I start to go over to a place where I could actually... Oh, we ran out, so we're going to hit the X key. We're over the battery, so F, and carbon. And I'm just going to stop doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to go over to that carbon area. Nope, you can't get me. You're too slow for me. Stupid guy. So we are going to come over here. I'm going to grab the sodium just because I can. Make sure my terrain manipulator is on. And the terrain manipulator, with your center wheel, you can change the size of the area that you're trying to uncover. Whenever you're mining resources, using the biggest area possible is always good. I would not tell you to sustain it on. I find going in short bursts is best so you can see where and what you're doing. And I like to roll back the resource little by little. Now, you're going to need this stuff, the chromatic metal, for a lot of different things, okay? It's going to be, like when you find ships or get traded a better multi-tool, you're going to have to repair slots on it, and a lot of times those slots are going to be repaired with 200 chromatic metal, which takes 400 copper to do. So the fact that they just wanted us to have a little bit of copper here does not satisfy my thirst for copper. My thirst for copper is going to be satisfied by having as much copper as the world has in front of me. So on this planet, so it's getting daytime again, so we've lasted through the night, and we're going to be fine with our thermals on this planet. This planet's not going to try to kill us. I like it. So getting as much copper is always going to be a good thing. Getting as much carbon is always going to be a good thing. And carbon you can get in the form of carbon, or you can get the condensed carbon. And copper you can get in the form of copper or activated copper. And carbon you can get, well, we already talked about that. Ferrite dust, pure ferrite and magnetized ferrite are going to be available in all different places. All right. So let's go through here and let's get this. And all that ferrite dust I've been getting, I'm going to use. I don't like to use the upper pieces of it early on because before you have a base, pure ferrite is something that you should be stocking up on, because building your initial base is going to take either a bunch of carbon, if that's, just for building that first little shelter that you're going to build to get through the day, which is what we're going to build here. And we're just going to get through this copper little by little by little. And I know this is about as boring as watching water boil, or watching paint dry, or watching golf. But you get an idea of what you got. Now, usually the first little bit of copper that you found is not going to be this big. I can't believe how much copper is in this one reserve. Now, you can make mining lasers better over time. I'm not sure if they yield more or just are more efficient and use less power to dig up the same copper. Because if you notice, this is the second time I am filling this up. And now I am using more ferrite dust. I told you to keep getting ferrite, didn't I? I did that well. Taught you well, didn't I? Taught you well, have I? I have. Taught you well, I have. We won't be doing any Yoda-isms here. That's like -1 on the scale of like 1 to 1,000. All right, let's look at things over here. Yeah, we've got a nice little area to build in right where we are, actually. So I'm going to go back to where our ship is and probably build there. In the meantime, it's time to get more ferrite dust because we just used all the ferrite dust I had. And getting all these little rocks is also going to get us pyrite, which pyrite you can put in the refiner and break down into ferrite dust. But you know what else we're going to need? We're going to need about 450 little pieces of carbon. So I'm going to get as much carbon as I can on the way there. And I wasn't paying attention and I overheated. All right, we're also going to get some cactus flesh out of this thing. I don't know what cactus flesh is used for now. I don't have to eat. One thing in this game, you don't have to worry about eating, which is pretty good and bad at the same time. And here comes that inquisitive little dude. We're just going to get away from him and get over here to this one. Take this one instead. Now, like I said, we're going to need a lot of carbon. Let's go over and see how much we have. We have 102, 300. We need 500. So, yeah, I think we need about 500. I don't know what it is with me, but I like to make everything big. Big, 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 big. So we're going to do a couple of things as soon as we get over here. We're going to just making sure we got all this ferrite dust. We're almost out of our mind over here with our... And X brings up the mining beam and use some of that carbon. And now we're just going to reset back up to 500. Steal a bunch of these. All right. And I think that used about 200 of it. So it didn't use it the first time. I'm not sure what happened the first time. I probably recharged something else. And more cactus flesh. And carbon. Alright, we're back where our ship is. So we're going to clear an area where we can build. And I don't want to build right on the marker. Usually something this big is going to return something a lot smaller. Something this big usually, oh my god, usually returns, well, usually we need an advanced laser to hit it. And that was pretty good that it let me do that. So I'm going to use the Z key. I'm going to go over to the base computer, and I'm missing 40 chromatic metal. So we're going to set up our portable refinery right here. We're going to open it up, and we're going to put 250 of our copper right in there. Okay. We're going to put some carbon in here. Remember I said we're going to need like 500. And then while we're waiting for that to go, I'm just going to shoot some rocks over here. Oh my god. Dude, go look at something else. He's so annoying. You know what? X. And then F. Okay. Let's look at this annoying dude. Okay. And... Alright. So, right there. Okay, we got a nice little image of it. I am just annoyed to poop at this guy because he's making me doing my work harder. Alright, that's good. So we got an image of him. Very nice, right? Alright, so we should have enough. All we need is 40. So we're going to take the 40 out, put it into our exosuit, and we're going to build a base computer. And I'm going to build the base computer on the back side of this. And the base computer will go right here. So this is going to be our base now. Alright, there we go. We're going to click E on it, searching cartographic archives. Universal Archives search reveals no prior claims to the site. Sonar test confirms suitable construction. Claim site. We claim the site. Now... Alright, so we're done here, but we're not done here. I have a lot more copper that we're going to throw in there and begin. Alright, so we're looking good. Now we have to click on this again, and it's going to tell us what to do. It says, accessing log from previous user. Entry 4925D follows, storm sweeping across, but construction supplies low, depositing shelter plans while need to back soon. Alright, download the plans. So we have plans for a shelter. We're going to build a shelter right about over here. It's really flat back here. We might get rid of some of that stuff. Yeah, I think it's really flat back there. So what we're going to do, Z key. And now we have opportunity to get all this stuff that they have. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go 1. Like I said, all this stuff is going to disappear. 3, 4. Alright. I want to put this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like my ship might be in the way. And then we're going to put roofs on it. And that storm is going to be a problem. So all we had to do is build this. And can we put something on here, or is my ship really in the way? I just have missing components. So we can get more. Now the storm is going to start cutting into me really bad. But all we need is to get back up to 40. So we can put that last piece onto our wall. Now I think it's going to tell us no because we are way too close with our ship to it. And this is my fault. Yeah, Starship is inside the object, and I don't want to do anything else. So I'm going to go in here, and I can, just right here, I could stay out of it. So we have a hole in our building right now, but that's okay. And now we have to go back outside. I mean, I'm really upset about this, that my Starship is in the area. Let's just see if we could take the Starship and just move it a little bit. And landing area is not clear. What do you mean landing area is not clear? We're landed there. We're going to land right next to it over here. Okay. Now we can build that last little piece. Okay, and this is all I'm building over here, which is just a little bit bigger house. That's all. A little bit bigger house. And Z. There. Our house is done. We can come over here, which I'm sure we were able to come over here before. But in the meantime, I'm going to get my chromatic metal, bring it into my exosuit, and I'm going to bring my device into my exosuit. We're now going to look at this, and it's going to tell us how to build something else. Accessing log from previous user. Additional archives recovered. Entry 4925E follows. Construction largely a success. Recovered salvage technology from nearby. Plans, logs, scans indicate additional subterranean devices. Beginning search. Downloadable plans. Whoever recorded these logs is evidently had some success. I have access to their plans and efforts. And can learn from their, plans, and perhaps can learn from their efforts. I'm trying to move this along quickly, but I really don't want to. We need magnetized ferrite. Remember I was talking about that? Pure ferrite. Ferrite dust. Pure ferrite. Magnetized ferrite. So I'm going to just put my portable refiner inside so we don't have to deal with the elements outside. I'm probably not going to leave it here because I usually don't come back to my first bases. Usually don't. Once I got put on the nicest planet I had ever seen, and I made that a really good base. So ferrite dust gets turned into pure ferrite. We learned that before. So we're going to start changing that ferrite dust into pure ferrite, but we're going to need ferrite dust to make metal parts and stuff later. So I'm just going to come out here and get all these rocks from around my ship, and this cactus from out from under my ship. Clear the rocks from under my ship so my ship doesn't suck them into their engines on the way up. Foreign object damage, FOD. Gotta learn how to keep that up. Our weapon is depleted. This is the other way that you could recharge your weapon, just going into here and clicking on it. See, I told you carbon and ferrite dust were going to be extremely important over time. You're always getting carbon and ferrite dust. Always, always, always. It seems like those two things are going to the bane of your existence. The good news is later on you'll find planets that have a huge supply of condensed carbon and pure ferrite, so you won't have as much time worrying about that. It's a plant right there that we want to scan, make some money on it, because in a few minutes we're going to be sent on a wonderful see that? Automatically gone. We do have some phosphorus we could use as a more powerful, a much more powerful battery source or power source. We're just trying to fill up on this stuff because magnetized ferrite is a 2-to-1. 2-to-1. Get me more of that carbon. And get me more of that carbon. Now we should have enough cactus flesh to feed the world at this point. Alright. Yeah, we probably will have enough to feed the world by the time we're done. I haven't looked up to see if there's life up top yet. Okay, so that pure ferrite must be done by now. And we are going to go back and make some magnetized ferrite so we can make our blueprint reader. Let's just get up to 250 on this. I'm good at 230. We could always get more on the way. And you should not be so close to my house. Good. Alright. Here we are. Let's go in here. Let's get out the 250 pure. And let's put in the pure to make magnetized. Alright. We are beginning. Alright, let's see what we got and what we can move. We have alright, so this I want over here. Okay, so we want to move the cactus well salt over first, because we know that's going to have a little bit more value places. Copperite I don't know about. I don't really find a use for it this early in the game. Cactus flesh, not sure what we're going to use it for, but we're going to put it over there for now. And we have some pure ferrite here, some ferrite dust there, some ferrite dust here. I'm good. I'm stocked up on everything I need. We have a lot of condensed carbon, a lot of carbon. We're happy. Alright, so we're going to take this ferrite dust that's in here, that magnetized ferrite, I mean, and we're going to come over here and we're going to look at what we need to make this device again. I think we need, we can make it. We can make it, because we had that one carbon nanotube that was outside. Alright, and there is our blueprint reader. So we're going to open this up, and it says, diagnostic suggestion, user should recover buried technology from dig sites. Equip and utilize analysis visor. Blueprint research. These are all the things we can learn. There's going to be one thing that we're going to learn in particular up front, but I'm going to show you all the cool things that you can learn. And then, episode 2 should be over. Try to take this in little bits and pieces. In the meantime, I know that ferrite dust is going to go to good use because I'm going to make a metal plating. Then I'm going to make some launch fuel, and then I'm going to go over to my ship and make sure that the launch thrusters are recharged. Okay, good. We're fine. Now we're going to use this visor to scan the area. Scan the area. And we found some right there. Okay, so we're going to highlight that area so it stays in our visor. And we are going to walk towards it, and we're going to pick up ferrite dust along the way because I don't know how to stop. And carbon along the way because I don't know how to stop. But I'm just going to use it, pointing at things along the way, not really killing them all the way. Unless I'm firing at them far, far, far away. Wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. It was a guy behind me. I'm just looking to dig a little bit of a hole. And I'm going to dig a hole. And I dug a hole. And if I hit the spacebar now, not the spacebar, the center mouse button, I could actually come over here. And I can change it from building a hole to filling in a hole. I filled in that hole. Alright, so I want to see if there's more buried technology modules around here. I don't see any. Oh, there's one over there. I want to get a couple of things because I really, really, really want to get that first piece, which is going to be my portable unit that's going to let us save. So it's a portable save unit. Because right now, the only time the game saves is when you get out of your ship. So if my game was to crash right now, knock wood, I would be screwed. I would honestly be screwed. We're close enough to our ship to not worry about it right now. Now, I'm not going to fill in every hole. I was showing you how to do that before. But what I am going to do is get every last piece of ferrite I can get along the way here. Dig site. Okay, dig site right there. There we go. We got some more. Now, because I'm over here, I'm just going to look again. See if there's anything that I can use. And I know there's copper everywhere on this planet. Nope, there's pyrite. Technology module. There's my base. There's copper over there, and chromatic metal is going to be important to me. Now, I have a problem with thermal protection, right? Nope, I don't. There's a nice plant over there to scan. Now, I'm not going to have anywhere near as much money as I need, and I don't think there's any caverns over here, but we are going to be going on a trek before we actually go and finish our next mission. That's how I'm trying to make this last a little bit longer. I am trying to make it last a little longer, but we're going to end it while I'm going to get more copper. Well, folks, we have completed almost everything. In the next episode, we will enter the information that we just got into that wonderful area, and then we're going to go on a trek to our first place up in space. And for that, we are going to need a little bit of money. So before we actually make that trip, we are going to make a different trip to go unearth some artifacts, some relics, some things that we can sell for lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of credits. And that's what you're going to see on the next episode. So if you like this episode of No Man's Sky, please click the thumbs up button. If you want to subscribe, please remember subscribing is awesome and helps the channel grow, but so does clicking that little bell icon that will tell you when I have brand new videos up. And I know it's been a while since I actually put one up, but it's going to be a lot more regular now. And if you really want to help the channel and become a patron, go to patreon.com/Batgirl. Thank you very much, folks. And with that said, y'all be safe out there, and I will talk to you soon.